Yes. So in the normalization, students, we have already covered first normal form, second normal form, and third normal form by its definition along with a simple example. After that, we have a other kind of the normal form in which are required to understand if we have this condition, then how we can manage. So in the normalization, you will able to see in the first slide, we have a BCNF, that is Boise code normal form, multi-valued normal form, and next we have the fourth normal form. So as per the syllabus, we are following only those normal forms which are required to understand. So fifth normal form and PCNF is not a part of syllabus, so we will not touch that part. But if time permits, then we will see that normal form, of course. Let me start from the very beginning part. You can observe over here. That is the BCNF. BCNF stands for the Boise Code Normal Form. And what is saying to us? It is saying to us it is advanced version of the normal form, the advanced version of the third normal form. That's why it is referred to as what is known as the 3.5 normal form. It means the all the properties which are having by the 3NF or third normal form will be derived here. So it means a Boise code normal form will be understandable when you know the idea about the 3NF. And there's a statement we have to keep in mind properly. The BCNF is stricter than the 3NF. It is saying to us BCNF can be easily understandable when we have any relation which are having by the 3NF. So how it is different from the 3NF? So let us understand the step properly by an example, of course. So a table complies with the BCNF if this is a definition. I'm putting a star over here, then you must be keep in mind properly. So in the main examination, I can ask or I can ask any question that can be followed by the BCNF, 3NF. So you have to understand the relation, you have to understand the table, and you have to determine the proper normal form. So a table complies with the BCNF if it is in the 3NF and for every functional dependencies x determined into y, x should be the super key of the table. That is the point you have to keep in mind. What is mean by a table comply or relation comply with the BCNF if it is in the third NF. If we're talking about third NF, it means it does not have the transitive dependencies. And for every functional dependencies, we have x determined to y, then x should be the super key. This is the key terms you people are required to keep in mind properly. And that is a simple concept. But sometimes it seems to 3NF and BCNF are look like the same. So what I have planned, I have given an exercise over here and we have a simple example by which we will able to understand what is meant by the BCNF. Okay, so this is the point. Without wasting much time, I would like to share this numerical or this example. From this example, you will easily understand what is happening. So let me explain this example right now. Suppose there is a company where an employee works in more than one department. So the highlighted point you can observe over here. The highlighted point what we have, employees works in more than one department. So this is the point we have to keep in mind what the relation is having. In this example, you can also observe something. The employee ID we have, employee nationality we have, employee department we have, employee department type we have. Okay, this is a department ID we can say, and the number of employees which are having by the such department. So what is the thing you can observe over here? So what are the important attributes which are depend on each other? So let us identify first those attributes. Department number of an employee will depend on the department type. That is a point we have to keep in mind. And employee nationality is depend on the employee ID. So if we have employee ID 101 or 1001, so you can observe over here Australian nationality will be considered. And if we're talking about the 1002, so that is considered as the American nationality. So employee nationality is an attribute that could be depend on the employee ID. This is the first one. Second point you can observe over here, department number of the employee inside the department, of course, will be depend on the department type. If talking about the department types, you can observe over here that is D001. So that particular department tag will be represented by the department in which department we have. So we have the production, planning, and store. So this is the case where we have to keep in mind properly. D134 that is following by the design and technical support and purchasing department. So what is the department type we have? We have to determine that something is depend on the each other. So when we have this kind of a cases, then we need to determine the first functional dependency. Without knowing the functional dependencies, we are not able to understand what would be the key attributes and what are the possible attributes we can see over here to make the functional dependencies. So what I'm sharing the next slide. It shows to the functional dependencies. So functional dependencies in a table, we have a relation or table. It's saying to us, you can see over here, the employee nationality is totally depend on the employee ID. Okay, you can also observe this point you have been. And employee department types, what he or she belong, and number of the department of the employee. These are the attributes that can depend on the employee department. So that is what we have the dependency. So by the use your brain and use your logic, you have to determine the functional dependencies. And after determining functional dependencies, we can also determine the keys. So from this other example, you can also observe over here, department ID or employee department will be the candidate key. So this is a point you people are required to keep in mind. Candidate key can also be a part of the super key. In our example, you can also observe over here, there are many super key can exist. So we after the function dependencies, we found over here department ID and department employee department and employee ID. These are the two important attributes which makes a key attribute or which can be treated as a key attribute. So that is the reason we are choosing the candidate key as an employee ID and employee department. So this could be represented by the our dependencies from which we have determined the candidate key. Yeah, of course, if we need to determine the primary key, so we can also determine the employee ID can be a primary key. So after understanding super key and candidate key, we can also determine the candidate key, primary key. So that is the steps we have to keep in mind. But there will be no need to worry about this part right now. So candidate key we have to determine. That is the point. After this point, you can observe over here, the table is not in the BCNF. Why we can say it is not a BCNF? Why? Because employee ID or employee ID and employee department both are the attributes which are not treated as a key attribute. By the definition of the function, by the definition of the our 3NF, the 3NF is saying to us our relation should be 3NF, which should be the first part of the second normal form and and no transitory should be exist dependency. So we are seeing over here. But according to second NF, if you remember the definition, all the non-key attributes should depend on the key attributes. So that is a point you people are required to keep in mind. So by the definition of the second normal form, you can easily observe over here. If number of the department employee and number of department types, these are the other non-key attributes which are not depend on the employee ID. So at a time, this situation will fail. That is a point you have been observed. So first you have a relation. First you have to determine. First it is satisfying the first normal form, and then second normal form, then third normal form. Then you can say we have a BCNF. So before checking the properties or before checking the particular relation in the BCNF or 3NF, it is your responsibility to first check that its previous normal form. Is it feasible or not? Maybe it is not satisfying the second normal form, then you are saying, sir, it is not a BCNF. How you can say? First check it, it is part of the BCNF or not. Then you will see, okay, from this perspective, if we are finding that employee ID and employee department are not alone a key. So we are finding that this year we have a composite key. And according to the first normal form, if you remember my words, no no composite attribute should be there, and that satisfy the one properties. So here employee ID and employee department satisfy the one property for the key attribute purpose, but here these are not alone. Here these are represented by the composition. So definitely undoubtedly this could not be represented by the BCNF. So what we have to do, we have to break the table, and that is followed by the decomposition method. So we will divide our this tables in two parts or more than two parts if we have to the follow the rule properly. Employee nationality will be depend on the employee ID as per the our particular table. So you can see observe over here. Yes, you have been observed over here. The employee ID which belong to the 1001 that is followed by the Australian nationality. If we're talking about the 1002 employee ID, so that satisfy the American nationality. So that is the reason we can say this will be identified by the employee nationality. So decomposition should be properly. Once you have done the wrong decomposition, you are following the lossy decomposition. Please keep in mind because decomposition it's the biggest step. And after this point, you can observe over here department type we have. So number of the department employee and employee department we can also make. So what would be the next table? Can anyone tell me right now? The first step we have been observed. First table we have been observed that is the employee nationality. Yes. What would be the next table?
Department type, employee department, and number of employees.
So department number of the department employees we have and department type and department employee. We can observe over here. But if I choosing this one, then you can observe over here department type which are making that is making the duplicacy inside the R relation. So that is the big problem we are having. It could be. So which would be the key attribute? If you're talking about me, the employee department, so what would be the key attribute? So from our functional dependencies, if you go through the functional dependencies part, then you can again observe here, department type we are not making as a key attribute. That is the point you have to keep in mind. Because department type is having the duplicacy, so it cannot be a part of the key attribute. So department employee department we are having. See what are those production planning, store design, and technical support and purchase department. So this could be the part of the our key attributes because these all the values which are represented by the employee department. So that is identified by as a unique name. So we can make this attribute as a our key attribute. So that's why content key we are putting over here employee department along with the employee ID. After this point, you can observe over here, or this we have the bifurcate this relation into the other relations, other sub relations. The first relation we are having. Second relation we can observe over. This is the point. I was talking about this point right now. So this can be identified by as a key attribute as part of our functional dependencies. So now we have divided our two relations. So please focus on the my statement once again. Now we have divided the our relation in two parts. One is employee department and another one is the employee nationality. So what is the problem you are having right now? Can anyone tell me what is the problem? We are dividing our relation two parts. One is employee nationality, employee ID, employee nationality, and here we have the another relation which is known as the employee department. So in which we have the employee department attribute, department type, and number of the employee inside the department. So can anyone tell me what is the problem we are having over here?
There is no common attribute.
Yeah, super. Yeah, brilliant answer. There is no common attribute between these two relations. So if you try to join or if you try to compose these two relations, then we will not get the our relation properly. So because on what parameter you will do. So one common attribute required for making the join operation. So that's why we have to create another relation along with the employee nationality and employee department. So that is the point you people require to keep in mind properly. Because employed either you can make the employee department as a foreign key inside the employee nationality, You can make, but what you are doing again, you are having the duplicacy inside the employee ID or employee nationality. You can also make as a foreign key over here employee nationality, but what you will do, there are some chance where duplicacy exists. So that is the reason. That's why we have to use the employee department mapping table over here. Simple, this is the reason. So what you will do, you will map your employee ID and employee department as a different relation. So you can observe over here by using these three relations, you can make the join operation. So first you can make the relation between the employee nationality and employee ID or say employee department mapping. So employee ID will be the common attribute. If we're talking about the employee department relation and employee department mapping, so employee department would be the common attribute. And that is the point. From this perspective, we are not putting the transitive dependency. That is the point. If you are having, then we are not putting the 3NF. This is a reason we have to keep in mind. So BCNF is saying to us, BCNF is stricter than the 3NF. So it will be little bit complex to identify the product. The point what we have the definition, and now I'm backing to the once again definition part. What is definition saying to us? Its definition is saying to us it is an advanced version of the 3NF. That's why it is also referred to as a 3.5 normal form. And BCNF is stricter than the 3 normal form. And what is saying to us, the relation we are having that should be in the 3NF. And for every functional dependency, that is the point. The highlighted point you have to keep in mind. So I'm highlighting the points over here. It should be 3 and for each and every functional dependencies, that is x determinant to y, in which x should be the super key, x should be the super key of the our table. So if I'm choosing the x as a super key, so you can observe over here what is the super key. We can have employee ID, employee department, other attribute can also be. So the candidate key, what we have decided, employee ID along with the employee department, that was the our candidate key. So from this perspective, you can easily say it should be the super key of the table. So, but the point we have to keep in mind, why which is pulling by the any attribute, but that should be depend on the our super key. So in this our relation, you can observe over here. We are observing over here employee ID and employee nationality we have, and you can observe what employee nationality depend on the employee ID and number of department employee and number department type is depend on the employee department. So here we are dividing the two relations. Okay. Yes. First one, what we'll do, we are just dividing these relation. Now, second, we are dividing these relation, these parts. Now, so we have the two relation R1, R2, suppose that, but there is no common attribute, so from which you have to choose the key attributes. So what are the key attributes inside this one? So here we have the key attribute employee ID, and in which we have the key attribute employee department. So these are the part of the candidate key as we have defined inside the functional dependencies, and you can observe over here as per the definition the attributes by will be the list of the attributes that depend on the key attributes. So what are the key attributes? Employee ID and employee department. So we are choosing these attributes as a key attributes inside the BCNF, that is policy code normal form. So that is the reason we have a three relation. You can also include the employee ID as a foreign key inside the employee, just employee nationality details. But what you can observe over here, again, you are having the multiple entries of the employee ID along with the employee nationality. So we are increasing or we are having the same kind of the patterns for the redundancy. So there will be no sense. So that is the reason we have divided our relation properly. So this is to be done by the BCNF in simple way, in the concise way. So this is the reason actually. Okay. Now the fundamental concept is clear. Now we have, yes, right now. Yes. Now it is clear to right now the fundamental concept of the BCNF with the help of this example.
Yes, sir.
So after this point, what you have been observed, you can observe over here. Functional dependencies we have determined employee ID depend on the employee, employee nationality depend on the employee ID, and these are the some attributes which are depend on the employee ID. And candidate key, the first table will be the employee ID, so we got. Second table we got the employee department, and third table we have the employee ID, employee department. So from this perspective, you can easily say if we are having the any super key, so we are suppose I'm making a super key as employee ID, comma employee department. So whatever the ID which are having by the whatever the key which are having by the first table, second table, will be a part of the our super key. So that's why we have the definition X determinant to Y. So X will be the super key. So we are putting the same concept. So this is now in the BCNF as in the both the functional dependency left side is a part of the key. So this is the little bit difference we have to keep in mind from the third NF. That is a little bit difference. So we can say it is the advanced version of the 3NF. Now BCNF is clear or any doubt? So please you can ask me right now. Is it clear to all? Yes, sir. Okay, good. Now it's time to see the other kind of the dependencies that is known as the multi-valued dependencies. There are some points we have to keep in mind properly. So when existence of one or more rows in a table, so please keep in mind the words properly. I'm highlighting these important points for a betterment. When existence of one or more rows in a table implies one or more other rows in the same table, then it is the known it is represented by the multi-valued dependencies. It is just like example I can write over here for a betterment for your remembering the words. Date of birth is basically is an attribute, okay, and age is what age is an attribute. Age is depend on the age is depend on the date of birth. So age depend on the date of birth or a date of birth determinant to age. So what is this? This is known as this attribute. It depend on the this attribute is in a same table. Unlike age, other attributes are depending, so we are having the multi-value dependencies. This is to be identified by as a our multi-value dependency concept. So if a table that has attributes P, Q, R, and R and Q are the multi-valued facts of the P, but it is represented by the double arrow. So this is what this is a notation. This is known as the notion. This is the notion of the representing the multi-value. So for example, P determinant to Q we can say, so we have to use a single arrow. So we are using the double, so we can say P multi-value dependent P or we can say the Q is multi-dependent on the P or P double determinant to Q. So double determinant is an appropriate term, so we can use over here P double determinant on Q and P double determinant on R. So you can observe over here. So Q and R are the multi-valued fixed of the P. So these are what? These are the two values which are following by the P. So that is a point you can identify over here. So in the above case, in our example, multi-value dependency exists only if Q and R independent attributes. That is a point you have to keep in mind. So this is a consider point I'm highlighting once again. Multi-valued, there are just only if P and R independent attributes. Of course, it be. So other than age, I just need to calculate the and other than age, I need to calculate the employee uh, other factor just like calculating the provident fund some other parameter if I need to calculate and uh, what would be the age of the retirement. Suppose the first employee belong to the age of the 60, so he has no more age for continuation of the service. So that is the reason we have. So The continuous service we can determine, that is we need to calculate how many years he has to spend over here. So based on this criteria, we can say now the retirement time is just going soon for the particular employee. So that is a parameter. So that is a case you have to keep in mind. While determining the retirement time, we can calculate by the based on the date of birth. So you can observe over the age and retirement of the any employee. Just I can write over here for betterment. Yeah. So this is a suppose we have to determine the retirement date. Retirement date. Suppose I need to calculate on which date the employee will be retired. So this can also depend on the date of birth. So at the time, date of birth is determined by the P, and this is determined by the Q, and this is also determined by the R. So retirement date and age are the independent. So that's why we have this term right now. Okay, this is the reason. I can write on the other killer. This is represented by the P. This is determined by the Q supposed date, and this is determined by the R supposed date. So Q and R the independent each other. This is the term I was speaking of. A table with the multi-value dependencies violate the 4NF. So from this point, we have to start the cover concept. So what is saying to us? A table with multi-value dependencies violate the rule of the 4NF. It means if you're trying to look for the 4NF, then we have to keep in mind if we are violating the rule, that is multi-value dependencies, then we have to we are following the violating the rule of the 4NF. Okay, so from this perspective, we have to understand. But without knowing the multi-value dependency, you will not able to understand the concept properly. Let us understand the thing properly. This is the same. Some example I am taking over here. You can observe over here in simple way. So there is a student relations which are having by the student name, course, discipline, and activities. So Amit is coming many times. Akash is coming 2 times. Amit is also coming 2 times. Mathematics is opted. Okay, and what is the activity he was involved? Singing, dancing, other activity. So what is the thing you can observe over here? And from this perspective, you can easily observe over here. In this relation, we can easily say student name whose name by the Amit and Akash or having the multiple interest, okay, in the one activities. So what is the involvement you can observe over here? Amit and Akash belong to the singing and dancing, and Akash belong to the cricket and singing. So these are the point you can observe over here. These two students also having the multiple activities. So this is a multi-value dependency because core discipline of the student are independent of the activities. It means there is no relationship between these two attributes. That is a course independent course discipline. So what is the course you is understanding? So it doesn't mean so this attribute is totally independent from the our activities. So from this point you can observe over here course discipline is an attribute that can depend on the student name, and activities can also depend on the student name. Yes. So you can easily say the course, there is first, let me write, there is no relationship because these are the totally independent. But course discipline is depend on the student name who have opted the course discipline. So Amit opted the mathematics, and you can observe over here. See this is. And Akash is opted the this discipline. And Akash also opted the one more. Okay, this is the point. But Akash following the three different activity dancing, cricket, and singing, while Amit following the singing and dancing. So from this point, you can observe over here, these activities also depend on the student. Okay, Amit opted the singing, dancing, while Akash opted the dancing, cricket, and singing as well. So here, these two students also following the multi-value dependency. So here we have a statement student name that multiple determinant on the course discipline and activities depend on the student. So because the activities and course are depend on the student name. So the above relations we have discussed over here that would be the violating the rule of the code norm in the normalization. And what is a fourth normal form? I will tell you, but before that, let us understand the multi-value. So this multi-value should not be exist inside the fourth normal form. So that is the reason we are calling the fourth normal form. So that is the point we have to keep in mind. So we have a sequence. What is the multi-value? And after understanding multi-value, and this should not be exist inside the fourth normal form. So it means we are violating the rule of the fourth norm. So that's why this point is written over here. So what would be the our two different relations after its break? So why it is breaking? Because it is violating the rule of the fourth norm. And what is the fourth norm? I will tell you, but before that, let's understand the multi-value dependencies. So course discipline we can make in different way, and student activities we can make in a group. Yeah, of course. In the student name, you can choose as a primary key. So unique, the our uniqueness in the record we can make. So duplicacy can be removed by the applying the key attribute. Here, student name can be a key attribute, but it is not mentioned over here, so it doesn't mean. But it is also possible to make the our student name as a key attribute. So duplicacy can be removed. So you can observe over here. Same in the student name, we can make the our key attributes, but that can be identified by as a foreign key. So because some common attribute is required to make the relationship by following by the join operation. That it is. So this is known as the multi-value dependencies. Okay, so this is a summary of this example which is written over here. Just read and just understand the point. uh, the students Amit and Akash having the interest on more than one activity. This is the key terms you have to keep in mind. Okay. Now this fundamental step is clear to all right now. This fundamental step is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after this point, now we can say this break the multi-value dependency. And now we have the two functional dependency that is the this point. So we have already seen this point. So after understanding this point, after determining the determinant, multiple determinant, we can say now we are calling the functional dependencies. So functional dependency saying to us the course will be discipline on course discipline will depend on the student name and activities also depend on the student name. So this is simple example we are observing over here. So we have to determine the functional dependencies. But here we are not making student name as a key attribute. You can make if you want to make, then you have to remove this part as a duplicacy. Okay, so we can remove the duplicacy by removing these tuples or these rows. While this could be treated as a key attribute. So here we can say this could be a foreign key, and this can be identified as a primary key. If you are having the primary key inside the student course, so we have to remove that. That is key terms we have to keep in mind. Still, we are stuck in the question. So, what is actually fourth normal form? So, fourth normal form is saying to us multi-value dependency should not be exist. That is, so if we having this point, so relation will be the multi-value. So we have to keep in mind, but we have to determine. So, what is the rule we are violating? A relation will be the fourth normal form. The definition part you have to keep in mind properly. I'm highlighting the this point is properly. A relation will be four normal form. A relation will be the fourth normal form if it is in the Boise normal form, Boise code normal form, or 3NF. And if it is a BC and F, so by default we can say definitely it will be the part of the 3NF as well, and has no multi-value dependencies. That is the key terms people are required to keep in mind properly. Okay. So that is a point you people keep in mind properly. So it does not has and it is not required to have the multi-value dependencies. Okay. So this is the point we have to keep in mind. The multi-value dependency should not be exist inside the fourth normal form. And if it is having, then we are not following the or we are not supported by the fourth normal form. So for dependencies A determinant to B, if a single value of A, multiple values of the B exist, then relation will be the multi-value dependency. So this point we already discussed by our previous example. So let us understand the core normal form by an example. This is an example I am taking over here a relation, and in this relation you can observe over here what are the key attributes or what are the attributes we are having. We have these attributes, that is student ID, we have the course, and you can observe the hobbies of the student. So this is another relation which is known as the student relation, where we have all this information. From this relation, I'm speaking some terms over here, so listen carefully. The given student table is in the BCNF and is 3NF. So we can say, yeah, of course it is in 3NF. Yes, of course we can say, because no transitive dependencies exist. So you can observe over here the given student relation or table is in 3NF. So this is the point which is valid for the R table. So we can say course can depend on the student and hobbies depend on the student. There of course would be. So no dependencies which are having by the transitive. So we are not having anything. But the course and hobbies are the two independent entities, of course, we can say, as there is no relationship between the course and hobby, so transitivity cannot be exist. This is the first point we have to keep in mind. In the relation student relation, a student with the student ID 20 when we have seen observe over here that contains the two courses. So which are the math and computers. You can also observe over here in the our table. And computer and math are and two hobbies, of course. So what are the hobbies? Dancing and singing. So there is a multi-value dependency on the student ID, which leads to the unnecessary repetition of the data. So just let me highlight the term. You can observe over it. The student ID, which is polling by the 21 student ID. In this, we have the course. It means the computer will be depend on the 21 ID and math will be depend on the 21 ID. And dancing is also having the two different values. This ID is having the two different values. Dancing is depend on the student ID, that's 21, and singing is also depend on the student ID. So that is the reason. But there is no relation between the course and hobby. So no transitory dependency will be exist over here, but multi-value dependencies exist over here. So that is the point you have to keep in mind properly. So we are repeating unnecessary data over here. So if we're trying to repeat unnecessary data, so what we have to do? We have to decompose the R relation in two or more than two relation depending on number of the attributes. Okay. So can anyone tell me right now what we have to do and what should we do? Yes, can anyone tell me right now what we should do? Yes, tell me right now what we should do. Yes, please continue. See, if you're having the multi-value dependency over here, but as per the fourth normal form,
Decomposition.
so decomposition, if we do, so what would be the decomposed relation and what are the attributes which are having by the decomposed relation? Can you tell me right now? Just tell me right now.
Uh, Course and student ID. Your course will be the key attribute.
Okay, and other one?
Hobbies and student ID. Student is any student ID.
Okay. So why we are not taking the any relationship between the course and hobby?
Sir, because there is no dependency between course and hobbies.
Okay, there is a no functional dependency exists between the course and hobbies. So that's why we have this one right now. You are on the right track. So these are the theory we have already given over here. So these are the our decomposed relation. So we found that we have a relation. We are seeing observe over these belong to the third NF, but if we need to make our relation in the fourth NF, that is the point we have to keep in mind. After observing the this relation is of course exists in by the 3NF and BCNF of course satisfying the thing. But we can observe over it is not a part of the four normal form because dependency multi-value dependencies exist. So what we will have to do? We have to decompose the R relation in a two or more than two sub relations or tables. So here we have the two parts. One is a student ID. So this could be a key attributes over here, and this could be also the key attributes. So that makes a common attributes, and of course by applying the join operation, so we will get the same attribute, same relation of as per our questions. So we will say we are putting the losses decomposition. So this is a point we have to keep in mind properly while learning the this concept. Okay, so this is the example which is represented by the fourth normal form.
Sir, the screen is when freezed. So for normal form definition.
Yes, yes, this is the definition. Tell me.
Means screen is freezed, sir.
Okay.